Hey guys, welcome back to Chris's Misunderstanding. I'm playing World End Economica. My name is Fuds, and let's see if we can chase down Chris or clear up a misunderstanding at least anyway. Oh shit, get out of the way! Shit, get out of the way, what? Shut up! Jumping up from a chair, I ran to a window, but I could always see Chris's back on top of a roof of a house across the street. When I'd asked him a ton of what had gone on like, he seemed to like that kind of talk too. Hanging my head like I was fighting with a headache, I put my hands on the window frame. Did you have to talk to Chris? Hagano asked a simple question from behind. Well, I had to talk to her to clear up this misunderstanding. In fact, I felt plenty stupid, so I got up. It's nothing. You know what was that? Because of the look in her eyes, it sounded suspiciously like she was making me look like a fool. But there was no doubt that I was a fool, so I just sat down and spoke. She ran, so it felt like chasing. I see. She tilted her head slightly and nodded, as if acknowledging that such things did happen from time to time. In the end, I promised we'd only use 3 million more whichever way I wanted. However, if my asset management was good, we could move up to using half. Later, finding another opening and adding my previous purchase, I ultimately bought an extra 3,000 shares at a net average of 266 mores each. A bit under 800,000 mores. If this were a real world, it would have been a nerve-wracking number, but it was fake money, so it wasn't scary. Plus, just thinking that there was 2.2 million more reserve left felt reassuring. If I used margin, I could triple that capital, but I felt that it was way too early to do so. Putting leverage on my trades should only be done when it's the right time. So until we ended trading at 5 o'clock, I bought and sold 2 other stocks. Both of the stocks had large intraday movements, which drew people like me who were looking to make a profit. There were entertainment companies with lots of risky things on their books. During the contest period, they'd announced various fake movies, they'd roller coaster up and down. The same as real life, unlike companies that made things that was in every store, like toothpaste, no one really knew where things would fall. It was essentially gambling. It's about how well you could read a market sentiment. Stay absolutely calm and not be greedy while gathering pennies. There's that sentiment word again. For example, if a stock was averaging around 100, between 97 and 103, you'd buy at 98 and sell at 101. You'd make more if you sold at 102, but at 102, the guys who bought 103 might not be able to take the low pressure and sell. So profiting was quicker at a lower price. You wouldn't buy at 97 because if the price actually dropped that low, then everyone would be afraid it might drop further, and suddenly the buyers would pull back and the price would fall through the floor. So when that happened, what was averaging around 100 mores could start averaging around 97. That kind of trading going back and forth took place in a matter of minutes. Extended periods, perhaps 15 minutes at the most. During that time, I'd script screens constantly looking at certain criteria to search for stocks that I hadn't looked at yet, gazing at the price movements, news, financials, or economic situation. If I got time, I'd look at a mix of lies and truths amongst net chatter. But also had effect on real trading, so in the smaller universe of the investment contest, I figured it must be more so. Finally, within 15 minutes after trading, I checked all my orders with the exception of suspicious stock. I sold my other positions without registering any losses. I did that because in the stock market, demons lurked in the last 10 minutes. Those last 10 minutes, everyone had killed their orders, and it'd be hard sometimes to complete trades. There were tons of strange deals geared for that. I'd once seen a certain company in a takeover battle that had been hitting the daily price gain limits repeatedly, and a 1.4 million buy order came in. The stocks that everyone was fighting to buy, the available sell orders would be divided amongst the buyers according to the lottery after trading closed. Since the stock that hit the daily price increase limit had a high chance of going up, when people believed stock would rise next day, put in buy orders to participate in the lottery. Since the more orders you put in, the higher the chance you'd win the lottery, tons of orders were put in. Within 5 minutes before the end of trading, a sudden order of exactly 1.4 million shares, valued at 200 million mores, came in instantly, throwing the stock into the limit for a daily price drop. The trading lines jammed for 5 minutes before closing, so there were people who noticed the irregularity and even then couldn't cancel the order. Placing orders as claims of these types of situations would appear by default. Thousands of people were cast from heaven to hell in the final moments. Later it was revealed that one of the investment funds invested in this company sold every last share of their stock. demons lurked in the last 10 minutes, and at the time, just by pure chance, I was saved because I hadn't put my hand in. Since then, except for trades and special reasons, I always closed up 15 minutes beforehand. 4:48. I closed all my positions except for that one suspicious stock. I said that a second ago. After that, I watched the remaining stock positions closely, checking to make sure the demons didn't come out. Even knowing it was a futile thing, I set up an order to liquidate. All that was needed to do was click a button to send it. 4:58, 4:59, 5 o'clock on the dot. The order numbers came to a stop. Whew. Giving a sigh, I leaned back into a chair for the first time in hours. Slowly, the feeling of fresh blood flowing from my brain came. I ended the day up 120,000 moles. In the end, I'd used 2 million more. With 800,000 left and poured into that sketchy stock, it was a fine result. Since I had access to a full 10 million, I probably could have bought in 1 million. From the start of trading, profits have been pouring in consistently at a violent pace. This could work. It might just work out. As I thought that and sat up in my chair, I noticed that Hagana wasn't next to me. Huh? I was so sure she'd been next to me after lunch. When I had been trading in the days, I had vague recollections of being asked some detailed questions. I'd honestly tried to answer, but maybe she got annoyed at my lame replies and got up. That was a reasonable explanation, but so I noticed as I stood up. She was lying down on the sofa. What, you're sleeping? When I gave an exasperated mutter, Hagana's eyes popped open. Huh? I wasn't sleeping. What are you going to say? You're thinking with your eyes closed? When I said that, Hagana furrowed her brows and closed her eyes slowly and spoke. I feel sick. Oh, the screen made you dizzy? She nodded. When I originally started, I got dizzy at the windows, flipping constantly. Sometimes went to the toilet to throw up before continuing trading. Until I got used to it, my eyes burned and I saw trading screens, even with closed eyes. Furthermore, the dizziness and headaches were awful. I got used to it now, but it wasn't agreeing with Hagana right now. You okay? You can't tell from looking. Are you stupid? She seemed to want to add that, but apparently she was really feeling sick and didn't have a strength. You want a drink? Nah, I'm sick. Blunt. I thought that drinking something cold when you're feeling queasy can be refreshing, but I didn't say it. I shrugged and went to a coffee maker, filled it up with last dregs. There's only half a cup, but I loaded it with milk to fill it up. At this rate, you're way from getting what I mean when I say sentiment. You made a profit? With eyes still closed, Hagana changed the subject. I did. How much? 120,000. Of course, it's for fake money. If it were real, well, I wouldn't be able to stop laughing. But if I had 10 million moles at my disposal, just making a 1% profit would be 100,000 moles. That's how the world worked. The rich got richer. But even if I made 1% every day, I wouldn't be able to catch up. Really? The guy on top with some stupid name, Mr. Trush or something. Right now, with 23 days of trading, he has 49.52 million. Almost 5 times. How is he doing that? No clue. But I think he's the same type as me. Type? He makes a ton of trades over and over again. However much a company can skyrocket, in 40 days, the best it'll double, maybe triple. However, making 1% in a single trade isn't difficult. You do that 10 to 20 times a day. If you don't do it that way, you can't get quintupling your money in 23 days. Makes sense. That, or from the start, you went full on. Full? What's that? I taught you about buying on margin, right? Full on is doing that full throttle from the beginning. Essentially, every trade you always put everything you could behind it. If you did that, you'd always triple your returns. And why isn't Haru doing that? I knew she was going to ask that. If things don't go well, you're also 3 times as likely to lose your cool. Don't you get it? A loss of 10% in a normal trade becomes a 30% loss. A 30% loss becomes a 90% loss. When that happens, it's impossible to stay calm. When you start losing, it's human nature starts shooting for an instant reversal. But profits work the same way. You'd think, right? There's no way the numbers wouldn't work out that way. We're not talking about that. I laughed and set the coffee cup down. I closed my eyes and recalled a time when I'd gained 20,000 more in an instant. and when I put everything behind a single stock, it got sucked into a horrific drop. If I delayed the decision a few minutes, I wouldn't have gotten caught up in that drop. While watching the price drop every second, I was half in tears following orders to close my positions. In the end, after 12 minutes, my trades executed, and with 20,000 more had dropped 14% to 17,000. Certainly was still 8 times the 22,000 more I'd started with. That wasn't comforting, and I felt like I'd had a huge loss. As the moment I learned, regardless of how much you started with, whenever your money dropped under the highest point it ever reached, that hurt badly. On top of that, the pain and frustration lingered with you. It was so bad I've written warnings to myself on paper and stuck it to a computer. Don't fall into despair. If you keep doing what you're doing, money will keep growing. To trade with 3 times the money, you've got to have 3 times the guts. In that case, yeah, How shouldn't be playing with that. What? When I looked at Hagana in notation, she still had her eyes closed, but a tiny hint of a smile was on her face. A joke? I stared at Hagana. I thought she was a dog, but suddenly started talking. But I stared at Hagana as though she was a dog, but suddenly started talking. She got up slowly. Were you feeling well enough to get up? No, but I got lectures. Oh right, forgot you were a teacher. She nodded and somehow managed to get up and walk unsteadily. Hey, it's dangerous. It's fine if you're a bit late, right? She was stumbling around like someone in the dark, so I got a chair and grabbed her hand. She didn't throw my hand off, but also didn't say thanks in response. It's not fine. However, if you could teach calculus, then there'd be no problem. But there's a problem. First, I have to go. Everyone has dreams. Dreams? When I asked, Hagana turned her eyes to me. Then she slid her hand out of mine and walked off. Watching her walk unsteadily into a room to get her things, I muttered. Dreams. There were no other words. Was that a place that really came to Hagana's mouth? I stood for a while at the table waiting for Hagana to come to her room. After a while, her footsteps were much steadier. Hagana came back holding a bag. What? Sat down in a chair and spoke. Have a safe trip. I mean, hey, Lisa. Her eyes widened in surprise and looked away in distaste. In a row, she squinted to me and replied, I'll be back. She quickly turned around and left her front entrance with great strides. Looking her retreating back, I felt like I got a sense of why Lisa liked to dote on Hagana. The next day, when I went out to eat breakfast, Hagana came out holding a terminal. Let's find out what Hagana says next episode, shall we? As ever, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.